Oh my god. I have very, very bad news for you, Firefly mates. If you are using an E0 Firefly, you are unfortunately unrelatable. Are you really relatable? Now, I think this is gonna be a pretty eye-opening topic that honestly has been available to us for the past couple of months now. So this has been brought to my attention in the middle of me doing the tier list recently. Alright, I think by the time this video goes up, probably 24 hours ago, you guys would have seen the War is Here tier list update for Prime. Right? So what I've noticed is that for a specific unit, if you scroll this to their statistics for Memory of Chaos, you can actually see their Eidolon and Lightcone compositions. So for Acheron, as an example, you can see that 45% of Acheron users are E0, then 6.95 at E1, 35% at E2, then I don't know who the hell is stuck at E2, or rather E3, E4, E5, and 8.59% at E6. So we can actually use this as like a rough gauge to determine if the players, maybe not all players playing Honky Starbucks Endgame, but for players that did in fact submit their data to private net, are you really relatable? Can you really be considered relatable if you're running a E0 as your unit? Or are you actually not relatable because you're too poor? So stay tuned and find out in this episode, and the only episode of Are You Really Relatable? So we're just gonna kick off right now with Acheron, which you guys have seen from the statistics. You wanna check out the statistics video, we have been posting it up for I think 48 hours ago. So it's gonna be great. So jumping straight into Acheron, Eidolons are gonna be as follow. I'm not gonna be repeating myself too much. Lightcones. 94.41% of all Acheron users has her S1. So if you are not running an at least S1 Acheron, you are too fucking poor, bruh. Wait, where's my whistle? Stop right there! You are too poor to be playing Acheron at E0 as you. Absolutely not, right? So literally almost the entire population of Acheron users are gonna be running her with the Synergy Lightcone, and only a 4.05 running her with Good Night Sleep Well, and then everything else just kind of doesn't matter. I don't know who the fuck is running her with Fermata. 99 cycle, by the way. 99 cycle. Absolutely diabolical. Yo. And there it is. Yo, thank you so much for 6 months. And if this is not a sign for you to sub right now at twitch.tv as well as youtube.com if you join a member, I don't know what it is, right? So there is gonna be Acheron for their MOC. Wait, hold up. Relic sets. Ooh. Oh, to be fair, relic sets is not that interesting. Okay, chat, type 1 if y'all want to see relic sets, or type 2 if you just want to see Eidolons and Lightcone. Okay, skip. Alright, skip. Alright, skip. So that's gonna be Acheron done. Alright, that's gonna be Acheron done. Aglaea. For Aglaea, we do have with us 59% E0, 33% E1, 4% E2, and everything else just kind of, falls through. And then for the Synergy Lightcone, it's gonna be at a 61% S1 and 20% Battle Pass Lightcone, and actually 13% of players are still using Reminiscence, the 3-star Jellyfish Lightcone. Genius Greetings at 2.91 somehow got a even slower clear compared to the Jellyfish, which honestly is a little bit crazy. But yeah, I think for Aglaea, it's a little bit more balanced, right? Around almost 50% of the population did not pull for S1, and around 50% of the population did not pull for any of the items. So I think Aglaea is kind of not as one-sided as compared to Acheron, essentially, right? So that is gonna be there. Also, Feixiao Sweat, excellent, and next Holy Leaker, so we're just gonna ignore Argenti. 79.3 E0 and 14.0 at E1. That is pretty much it. Nobody is putting for bros Eidolons, right? Just chill. Nobody likes you. It is what it is. 44% Argenti Lightcone, 14% Peaceful Day, and 11% Passkey. Passkey actually outperformed all these different as like not really outperformed actually. Wait, Eternal Calculus as well as Night of Milky Way performed a little bit faster than Passkey. I don't know who the fuck is running Peaceful Day and his own sick, because these cycles are absolutely atrocious. But Passkey is honestly, doing not too shabbily, right? As alongside with Eternal Calculus and the Milky Way. So yeah, I don't know who the hell put for this. Oh wait, it's me. I put for this. Because Sarah told me that I needed Argenti as one back in the days, right? Okay, anyways, moving on. We're gonna ignore the 4 stars. Aventurine. Oh, I think this guy is also considered as a relatable Okay, as long as I believe you are less than 70%. So if this is 30 or below, it means you're a, I think that would be pretty unrelatable, right? I would say a majority of Aventurine mains, they're still stuck at E0. It's pretty good, and a little bit got an E1, and a little bit just kind of split between everything else. Lightcone, I think that's, okay, it looks very balanced. 48% on Signature, 25% on Japar, which honestly didn't really perform that much worse compared to his Signature. Trend of Universal at 13%, so these are for the poor Acheron players that didn't put for Jiaoqiu. It is what it is, bomb. And then Day 1 of my life, Concept of 2, blah blah, and everything else just doesn't seem to be factored too much. Oh, Texture of Memory is actually clearing not too shabbily. Only 8.67, which is just 0.06 slower than Japar. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for Aventurine. I would say he's a relatable unit, right? He is a pretty relatable unit. I'm good. Okay, chat. Type 1 if you want to see Bailu. Do we need Bailu? Because honestly, Bailu is not really a choice. One but only Bailu. Alright. One but only Bailu. Alright. So this guy, Bailu is a representation of all stats. Okay, you know what? I would see Bailu and Bronya. The two beasts. Double beasts, right? I would see Bailu and Bronya. So Bailu is at 31% E0, 20% E1, 21% E2, 14% E3. I like how this number just keeps going more, and suddenly, boom, almost 5% E6. How the hell is an E6 Bailu not clearing? And why is the E0 Bailu clearing faster than everything else? Who the fuck is running this E4 Bailu? Oh my god. Wait, Chad, this might make her broken, guys. Bro, 30% more damage for 2 turns. Can enough 6 cycle clear. Holy shit. Bro, this is a crazy sustain. E4 Bailu might just be the secret sauce of everything. Very good. 6 cycle average, by the way. Literally faster than Aventurine. Quid Pro Quo rank 1 with her sick, and everything else just kind of falls into place. So, hail Quid Pro Quo. Hail's Quid Pro Quo. Very good. Very nice. Black Swan. I am guessing there's gonna be more E1s than E0 for this one. I am guessing there's gonna be more E1s than E0 for this one. Oh. Never mind. 30% E0 and 60% E0 and 30% E1. Wow, so it's actually majority of it are gonna be tied behind roughly E1, then 30 into 60. Signature Lightcone. Fun fact, Jiaoqiu's signature is literally better than Black Swan's own signature. Right, even the cycle kind of shows here, right? But then again, if you guys have Jiaoqiu signature, you guys probably have Jiaoqiu. If you have Jiaoqiu, you probably run Jiaoqiu with Acheron. So all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Jiaoqiu's Lightcone literally works better than Black Swan's own signature Lightcone, which is kind of diabolical, right? So, wait, how is Eyes of Prey faster than her own signature? What the fuck is it? Okay, very interesting, very good. So Eyes of Prey, Hail Sambo. Mr. Blade. Okay, I'm thinking that Mr. Blade definitely has more E1s than E0s. Because all those who are running E0 Blade, they probably all died. So I'm guessing there are more E1s than E0s. Oh my lord. What the fuck? Oh my god. That's crazy. There are more. It's not even E1. It's not even E2. There are more E6 blades than E0 blades. That is crazy. I would have never imagined in a million years that there are more E6 blades than E0 blades. That is absolutely crazy. Bro, imagine spending $2,000, yeah? Imagine spending $2,000 for E6 blade just for bro to clear 1.5 cycle faster. That is absolutely insane, by the way. That is literally absolutely insane. $2,000 for 1.7 cycle. Absolutely. Ain't no way there are 10 times more E6 blade than Black Swan. I'm dead. Bro, there's so many blades. Oh my god, there's only 2. You either get this or you die. Anyone that used Rappa's Lightcone just didn't clear. If you did not have blade signature, you just did not clear. Oh my fucking god, guys. So wait. So does that mean that the guy that ran E6 blade, but bro didn't pull for the signature, and then he ran Ninja Record, Sound Hunt, and then bro just couldn't clear. And E6 S0 blade just straight up cannot clear. Bro, that is crazy, dude. That is, why did no one use Yunli's Lightcone? Why the hell did no one use Yunli's Lightcone? Oh my god, this is crazy. Bro, Blade is cinema, man. Blade's entire unit is a fucking... I'm so glad that we have a unit like Blade in Hongi Starbucks. Because bro's existence is a fucking cinema. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Blade means. More E6 than E0s. If you didn't use a signature, you just straight did not clear. That is absolutely fucking insane. Okay, let's move on. Boothill, how are you? How are you? They are playing a different game? Absolutely, right? Okay. 66 at E0. Okay, this looks more normal, right? This looks like a normal distribution, right? More than half at E0, and then everything just kind of trickles out. Okay, this does look pretty normal. Signature Lightcone at 6, or rather 90%. Why is Shadow by Night clearing faster than Signature Lightcone? What the fuck is Final Victor, bro? Okay, this might be a one-guy scenario where we're running like E6 and all that kind of stuff. So this might be one guy. Mose Lightcone cleared faster than Boothill Lightcone. Might be a one guy. Okay, this is actually not really a one guy, but like, you know, sample size, very interesting, very interesting. Right, so that's gonna be that. Next unit, Bronya. Okay, this is gonna be the last standard unit. I just kind of want to take a look, see. Bronya, I'm guessing it's gonna distribute somewhat similarly to Bailu, where like, it's gonna be like decreasing number because it's based on your pity, right? So let's see this real quick. Okay, actually I have a better question. Do you think there are more E0 Bronyas or more E1 plus Bronyas? Because I think this can actually tell Pridewin on whether or not their tier list should be basing Bronya off of E0 S0. Because me personally, I straight up think E0 S0 Bronya is unplayable. It's literally unplayable. The minimum starting point nowadays is like at minimum E1 S1, right? So let's see. 3, 2. Oh my god! If you have a E0 Bronya, you are literally the top 0.9%, guys. You are the 1%. You guys wanted to be the 1%. You are literally the 1% of HSR to have an E0 Bronya. Holy shit, that is absolutely fucking crazy. 13% at E1, 25% at E2. And we have like 16% all the way up to E6. If you still have an E0 Bronya, you are actually unrelatable, man. You are the 1%. You are like the guy running on food stamps, you know. It is time to put a fries in the back door, bro. Right? It is time to move on. You do not force people to succumb into your fucking E0 Bronya. You are literally the one guy, right? We keep saying one guy. You are the one guy. You are the one guy, right? The fucker having E0. You are the one guy, okay? So let's gotta move on here. Lightcones. Holy shit. 59% S1, to 13% past the future, 12.8 on DDD, and then 10.41 on Sunday. And everything else just did not clear. So DDD is somehow, to no one's surprise, the fastest clearing Lightcone for Bronya. So I think there's not too much to say here. Yep, hell DDD. I don't think Bronya's signature is that crazy anymore, because, you know, DDD is a thing. Unless you're running Bubbin, then this is probably pretty good for Bubbin. But yep, the main thing here is if you have an E0 Bronya, you are literally the 1% of unrelatable, right? So get your poor E0 Bronya out of my fucking face, right? Okay, next. Holy Casterisk, I don't really care anymore. I've already seen Dale from the previous tier list, but yep, to a whopping discovery. You are the unrelatable player if you have a E0 Dale. Because 53.67% of all players that are running Dale has an E2 Dale. You quite literally improve more from E0 to E2 on Dale than E0 to E6 on Blade. Straight up. That's fucking crazy, right? So, yep, so we have a E0 into 53 at E2 and blah, blah, and then 17.65% on E6. That is a really, really high amount. Wait, how does this compare with Acheron? Because Acheron also has a pretty good E2 and E6, right? Acheron was 35 and 8. So there are more whales on E2 Dale than on Acheron. Way more, actually. Whereas a lot of Acheron mains, they kind of just stuck to at 45%. Yeah, this guy is the rich guy. This guy is the rich, you know, that China friend you got in school, right? The rich China kid, and then he has like the fanciest cars. He drives around in a Porsche, and then he has a butler to pick him up, and then he dies in like golden chopsticks and all kind of stuff. And then, you know, my dad owns this county. Yep, that's the guy right here, right? He is him, right? Money is a solution to all of E2 Dale's problems. Absolutely. Hail E2 Dale, hail the absolutely right. So that's gonna be that. And then 91.22% on Brighter Than the Sun. 4 of an Aeon still clearing, right? Not too bad. And everything else just pretty much did not clear. So yep, that's pretty much it for Dale. Ratio, do we care? Nobody cares, right? Feixiao. Up. I'm guessing still more Ezios. I'm guessing there are more Ezios. And Signature Lightcone is probably not that high. Oh, okay. So, okay, this looks very similar to Acheron. Acheron was around the same with a more on E6 Acheron. This looks very, very similar to Acheron's. 8.84 to 5.55 is a crazy difference, though. From E0 to E2. More than a 3-cycle shave off from E0 to E2, which is probably one of the biggest achievements, or rather the biggest difference. I don't think Acheron has that big of a change. Right? Okay, I always use Acheron as a benchmark because I bros. Eidolons are always a very polarizing point. 8.69 to 7.15, right? So if you had an E2 Feixiao, she is quite literally the better E2, statistically speaking, compared to E2 Acheron. And then by E6, 3-cycle, 5-cycle. It is what it is, right? Okay, then Lightcone, I think, is pretty diverse. So we have the signature into the cruising. Ratio Lightcone, honestly, doing very, very good. Only a little bit behind the signature. Siddhar's Lightcone, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. And everything else just kind of just okay. Yanqing Lightcone, also 10 cycle is a little bit crazy. So that's going to be that for Feixiao. Firefly. Firefly. Oh my god. I have very, very bad news for you, Firefly mains. If you are using an E0 Firefly, you are unfortunately unrelatable. Because majority of all Firefly users have moved on from E0. If you are using an E0 Firefly, the Firefly Council would have disowned your ass. You know, majority of the people are gonna be at E2 and almost 50% ownership rate, jumping from a ridiculous 9.32 into an almost 6.5 cycle clear. Ooh. And then we have a 6.68 at 4.3 on E6. Absolutely diabolical. Firefly mains, if you are using Firefly and you're wondering if your E0 Firefly is the norm, it's not. It's not the norm, man. You're too poor. I was trying to put the fries in the bag, man. I don't know what to say. Holy shit. Wait, I actually did not expect this amount of Firefly S1s. I expected way more for of an Aeon. This is ridiculously high for the signature. 68.46 into 28.74. To be fair, the difference is honestly very low. It's like half a cycle. I probably wouldn't even spend the strategy just for half a cycle. But what the fuck is this? Shut the fuck up. Okay, this is on E6. Somebody is trolling. Somebody is trolling. Bro just ran and fucking E6 Firefly step run Lightcones. So this is absolutely unacceptable. Yep. So this is yep. I am quite shocked that there are so many players that actually pull for Fireflies as one, considering how good of a substitute for Aeon is. Because this is literally half a cycle difference. So yeah, damn, insane. So that's gonna be Firefly. Very unfortunate. It is what it is. Xuan. Okay, this looks pretty normal. 58 to 28, then 8 all the way to 2.69. This is a pretty standard Eidolon page. Quite a lot of S1, but also a lot of different alternatives. Trend in the texture, the moment of victory. Yeah, Xuan looks very normal. She's a plain girl, right? She's a plain girl, so not too much to talk about. I do want to say that this E1 actually shaved off almost 2 cycles. From 8.73 to 7.12. So, damn, 30% crit damage. Very good, very nice. Let me filter this out by only 5 stars, so it's easier for me to see. So, Xuan is done. Japar don't care. Him don't care. Alright, Hwehwe. I think Hwehwe is probably around the same as chat. We're still like after this. I think Hwehwe is probably around the same as Xuan. Okay, yeah, it's around the same as Xuan. A lot of players ran E0, a little bit more get E1, and everything else just kind of trickles down a little bit. Yeah, very normal, very standard. Not a lot of signature pullers, at least lesser than Xuan. 21.7% on post-op, excellent choice. And on Quid Pro Quo, Shed Feeling. I do want to point out that the fastest clear was, in fact, on Quid Pro Quo at 8.24, followed by Shed Feeling, followed by post-op conversation, and a little bit on Bailu, like on everything else just kind of falls into place, right? So, okay, that's pretty much it for Hwehwe, very normal. Okay, Sarah specifically requested Doctor Ratio signature. Okay. This changes nothing. 55.81, 31.27, 4.12. How the fuck is cruising in the Stellar Sea clearing faster than this sick? Okay, anyways, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So Doctor Ratio's, even Doctor Ratio's own Lightcone got power crap by others. Jade. Now I'm thinking, last time they used, I'm probably guessing there were a lot more E1 Jades last time for MOC. But now I think even at E0, she's still really, really good. So probably now the data should show 50% E0, 20-ish% E1, everything else just kind of falls into place. So let's see here. Holy shit! Oh my god, a 2.64 on E. Okay, first of all, this is the first time I saw a DPS on 80% E1 ownership rate. If y'all want to talk about the best free-to-play DPS, right? We keep talking about who is the best free-to-play DPS, best free-to-play. Well, the only motherfucker here that has a 80% on E0 is Jade. And bro is clearing in less than 8 cycles. So the whole debate about like Firefly, Feixiao, Rappa, none of them hold a pinky's worth of shit compared to Jade. At 80% E0 on 7.82 cycle average, and unlocking the E1 shot this shit up to literally shaved off more than 2 cycles to 5.72. Altruism, go fuck yourself. Morality, nah, I'm good. Honesty, I'm a fucking liar. Sincerity, I only lie. Hope, I am the hope. Equity, I'm fucking rich. Very, very good, bro. Her idol names are actually so nice. It's like, Nah. Is that her island actually so... Yep, very, very good. Then this is gonna be the Sig. 35.88 on Sig. 7.32 Eternal Calculus, Battle Pass Lightcone, Milky Way. A lot of substitutes in terms of the Lightcone department first. So, yeah, that's really much it. Yep, that's pretty much it. Yep, Jade is actually the best free-to-play Lightcone. Ooh, Jiaoqiu. I'm guessing majority are all gonna be at E0. I don't see anyone putting forward, like, I don't know. Oh my god, wait. 80% E4 Jiaoqiu. I'm calling it right now. That is the best E4 in the entire game, right? With the attack percentage down, you will bet that is basically a sustain. He becomes a sustain at E4. Peep this shit, chat. Oh. E4 Jiaoqiu cloaked slower than E2 Jiaoqiu. Okay, this was 81.06, 81.05% E0 with E1 at 11.17. Around the same ballpark as Jade, but bro did clear slower than Jade, right? But around the same ballpark as Jade, so basically an E0 wonder. 54 on Sig. Okay, Eyes of Prey actually has a much higher usage than Resolution. That's quite surprising. I expected Resolution to be a lot higher, actually. So, okay, a rest of the side, I don't really... Oh my god, look at this dog shit Lightcone, guys. Laugh at this Lightcone. Fucking incessant rain. Holy shit, zero purpose Lightcone. Okay, anyways, moving on, then the next one is gonna be Jing Yuan. Ooh, Jing Yuan. I mean, he's still pretty free-to-play friendly, right? More than 70% are at E0. Yeah, that looks pretty free-to-play friendly, right? That looks pretty relatable. And then 17.7 at E1, and then a little bit more at E2. Looks like a very healthy graph for Eidolons. Lightcone 78% on Sig. Okay, I guess his reliance on Sig is definitely going to be a lot higher. And the rest just kind of fall into place. Fugue Lightcone actually clearing a little bit faster. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, this was like a very, very, very relatable unit. Even more so than Firefly, by the way. That's why I keep saying she's a fucking gold digger, right? The E0 Firefly is a lie. Stop thinking at E0 as 0. It's a lie, alright? E2 is the real Firefly, so it is what it is. Alright, Jingliu. Oh. Ooh. There are more E6 than E1. I have played these games before with Blade. This is the survival. This is the natural selection fallacy, right? The only Jingliu players that are still playing this game assume that they didn't rage quit and like, oh my god, power came out of it. They just went all in for Jingliu. There are quite literally more E6 users than E1. Almost the same caliber as E0. Damn. It is truly unfortunate. Alright, Brax is one of them. Absolutely, right? 88% on Sig. Oh, 4 of an Aeon is actually doing... Wow, it's actually doing really, really good. 9.25 cycle average. Actually lower than the Sig, man. To be fair, it is sample size, but still a very, very close matchup, if I can say it to myself. Yeah. Imagine pulling for the signature. I'm dead, right? Absolutely. Okay, so that's gonna be for Jingliu. Next is gonna be Kafka. Oh, actually, I need to speed this up. We've been at it for half an hour, guys. Right? We need to speed this up a little bit. So I'm gonna be going extra fast, right? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have Kafka with the 3.8% item 0. They're gonna be 70% at E1 and 740% at E2. All the way through E6, they're gonna be at 10%. And this signature is gonna be at 74.32%. 7 cycle pins all you need. And then this is gonna be, holy shit, you actually did not clear with Kafka using Guna and Sleep Belt at 16.69%. 99. You literally did not clear, which is absolutely diabolical. So a lot of Kafka players, they basically start with the signature Lightcone, and then we do have a lot of E0s. I think it kind of balances around E1 and E2, but this is going to be a representation of Kafka. So that's going to give for Kafka. And the next unit is going to be Lingsha Showcase. Right? Lingsha Showcase. I'm guessing E0 is going to be a very good benchmark to stop. And the signature Lightcone, I don't really think you need that much, but I do believe that the cycle count will go down by quite a lot. So we're going to see over here 75.33% E0, 21.36% E1, and all the later Lightcone is going to be... Ooh. Wow, okay. Almost nobody pulled for Lingsha signature at 33.11, 7.8% cycle average, and 8.4 using Gallagher signature. Post up 8.06, quick vocal at 7.92, clearing extremely closely with even the signature Lightcone. I do want to say though, this E1 to E0 jump is absolutely phenomenal. From a 8.26 cycle average to a 5.4. Literally almost a 3 cycle. 3 cycle. Did I say 3 cycle? Oh my god, I'm losing it, bro. 3 cycle. Oh god, I have too much gamer subs. 3 cycle differential. 3 cycle differential. Very good witness break efficiency. Very nice defense down. Very good, right? 3 cycle differential on Lingsha. Hail Lingsha. Very good, right? Alright, Luocha. Right, Luocha. Very good. Right, let's take a look at Luocha. Right? We really need to look at Luocha. So this is gonna be 3 cycle. Holy shit. Chat, I'm just gonna leave this here. Y'all can read. I really need to take a piss. Alright, just read this, right? Just read this, right? So whatever chat says becomes part of the video. I'll be right back after Luocha. Right? So chat, say what you want about Luocha. Alright, analyze Luocha. Pretend you are the streamer. Analyze Luocha. I'll be right back. So what was the analysis? What was chat's analysis? Peep this shit. Peep is peep. Balls. Caught. It was Peep. That Peep is better than HSL's entire run. Hyperspeed Quick Proco Luocha is better than Hwehwe. Balls. Glorp. Analysis pretty standard. Okay. Download Duena Abyss. Very good. Use code POKO 21% off. Okay. Tentone is both diabolical. Tier 0 for them. The credit is absolutely diabolical. Glorp. Yes. Bounce. Holy shit. Asha Yao's tits are absolutely fucking enormous. Okay. So that is gonna be my chat's analysis of Luocha. Right? Very good. Very nice. Now it's gonna be time for the war unit. Miss Rappa. Ooh. Bro, she is literally more free to play friendly than Firefly. She is what? Almost 3 times more E0s than Firefly, bruh. Almost 3 times more E0s. This is a woman that wouldn't steal your goddamn money. This is a woman that's like, what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours. Right? Firefly is what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. You get what I'm saying? Holy shit. Rappa is actually the people's unit, man. 86.83% E0. I believe this is probably one of, if not the highest E0 DPS. Even more so than Jade. Holy shit. Lightcone. Wait, only 57% pull for a signature? 27 on Shamli 4, 10% of Eternal Calculus. Make the world clamor. There isn't even that big of a differential between the signature and the Shamli 4. Or even the goddamn Herta store Lightcone. Holy shit, this is eye-opening, guys. So what, should I have skipped Rappa's signature? Because I can't even save 1 cycle with after Shamli 4. So is this signature like overblown? You know, she's completely fine at E0 S0. Ooh, the People's Champion. Holy shit, the People's Champion. Yep. Oh, so okay, that's gonna be Rappa. No war. You know, just yep. Okay, Bubbin. This is quite interesting though. I do think this is gonna be quite interesting. Chat. Do you think Bubbin has more E0s or E1s? This is somewhat similar to like the supports and the DPS, right? Do you think she's actually more relatable at E0? Which is kind of like the concern. We also have been discussing, should free-to-plays even pull for Eidolons? Are you greedy or stupid if you pull for Eidolons, especially a support Eidolon? I actually don't know, by the way. I actually legitimately don't know. So, we'll now find out in 3, 2... Oh, I would say she's still pretty relatable. 63.56, I would say she's still pretty relatable. That being said, almost 30% are shifting towards the E1 Bubbin. Shaving off a 2 cycle from 8.37 into 6.41. E2 shaved off by another 2 cycle, actually, from 6.41 to 4.8. on E2. To be fair, it is gonna be a much smaller sample size. But generally, I think Bubbin is still gonna be pretty accessible, right? Still gonna be pretty accessible. Yeah. Then Signature Lightcone, I'm guessing is still sick. What the? Okay, to be fair though, a lot of people just got this and they didn't pull a sick, right? To be fair, it is kind of like, you know, yep, because this is a free Lightcone. So why would you pull a Robin sick when you can just run the free Lightcone, right? 8.6 cycle, signature at 7.7, so it saves you 1 cycle at 37.23. Bronya is gonna be 8.55, actually a little bit faster compared to the signature. Also a very, very good amount of usage at 14.74%, and then everything else is gonna be kind of falling behind. Poised to bloom actually clearly a little bit faster than Bronya, but it also can be accounted by carve the moon, weave the clouds. 7.88. What the fuck? Mashing cocks. Ruan Mei signature. Who the fuck is using this? Jarvis, I want you to find the fuck face that's running dance on Robin. Find their house, send them a rocket from Tassante and just blow it up. Call Tassante, call all the tribbies, send all the rockets to Bro's and just fucking blow it up, right? I don't know what the fuck is going on in Bro's head. Just send it off, right? Destroy Bro's house. Destroy Bro's house. I don't know what the hell. Okay, so that is gonna be for Bubbin. Very interesting. Very, very good. Very, very interesting. Afterwards, it's gonna be... Ooh. The back-to-back. The back-to-back. The strongest support of yesterday versus the strongest support of today. Miss Ruan Mei, how are you? Let's see. Oh, very similar to Bubbin actually. Extremely similar to Bubbin. Almost identical, some might say. Literally almost identical. It's the same photo. It's the same photo. I would say that based on E6 to E6, E6 Bubbin does perform almost half a cycle faster than E6 Ruan Mei. But otherwise, it is the same photo, right? Almost exactly the same. Lightcone wise, signature is going to be rank 1, 8.62. Who is making my goat look bad? There are 7.5% of the player base, they are making DDD look bad. Not because it's 7.5, but because the cycle somehow went up with DDD. That is not possible. Someone out there, they just, oh, DDD, I press out, and they don't even know how to use this shit, and it's making DDD look bad. This is absolutely unacceptable. Kill them. Out time issue. Yep, kill them all. Right, kill them all. Nope. Kill these tourists. Tassante, nuke their house. Right, absolutely not. Nuke them harder than Bobby's in DDD. Right, this is just really bad. Right, very bad. Both of these support units on DDD makes DDD look bad. So absolutely not. Right, not on my watch. Right, okay. So that's gonna be our OG DPS, our Grandma Seele. She is literally 2,000 years old. Let's see how she held up for the past 2 years. Miss Seele. Oh, wait. Okay, it's not like a Jingliu or Blade, where there are more E6 than E0. But how is the E6 Seele clearing slower than a E0 Seele? What? I don't think I've ever seen this. Ever. And E6, it's not even one guy, by the way. It's like almost it's 15%. It's literally not even one guy. E6 Seele are so cooked, they are clearing slower than E0. Bro, imagine spending $2,000 to clear slower than an E0. I think I would actually just quit the game. What the fuck is actually good? Pay to lose is crazy. I have no idea what's going on, but okay. In the night. Oh. The blade treatment. If you did not have her sick, it was unplayable. It was straight up unplayable without her signature Lightcone. So it is what it is. Right, it is what it is. Okay, Seele is done. Oh my god. Do I even care? Stupid little women. Silverwolf. Let me guess. E1 is the highest. I'm thinking E1 is the highest. Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. E0 is still the highest with 15.89 at E1, 20.9. Bro, I pity all the poor people that went E2 Silverwolf, including myself, by the way. Including myself, because I genuinely thought that, you know, it was like, bro, it's 50% less EHR needed, not just for Silverwolf, but for the entire team. The entire team had 50% less EHR requirement. I mean, just it is what it is, man. Yeah, but 10% E6 at a 4.61. Very good, very nice. Tutorial is the most... Oh my god, I love to see this. Wait, what? How is this possible? How is resolution not clearing? Okay, if I had to make a guess, it's probably because the people that are running resolution with Silverwolf, they aren't running resolution on someone else. Whereas the people running before tutorial on Silverwolf, they are already running resolution on either Jiaoqiu or Pella. That is like my best guess. Because without tutorial mission, her ultimate is 4 turns. Without the E1. That would be my best guess. I cannot believe Incessant Rain is at 8 cycles though. This is... I don't know what the fuck's going on, but nah, fake news. Right, it is fake news, so it is what it is. Okay, anyways, yep. Sparkle. Sparkle. I'm guessing more E2s than E0s. But based on past performance, I think still more E0s at the end of the day. But I think E2 is going to clear substantially faster than E0. And also, if DDD is not a rank 1 Lightcone, I'll crash out. Holy shit! Bro went from a 9 cycle to almost halved. It shaved off 3.3 cycles, almost 3.5 cycles from E0 to E2. I think this is the biggest glow up for any E2 supports. With E2 Bubbin, E2... Okay, E2 Bubbin is still really good, but this is a ridiculously big amount of shave off from E0 to E2. 9 cycle is absolutely crazy. Then E6 is 3.66, which I think is one of the slowest E6 DPS. Because Bubbin is 2.06 and Ruan Mei is 2.5 or something, right? Oh no. Okay, I mean it cleared faster though. Right. To be fair, it cleared faster. Right. It cleared faster, and I think that's the only thing that matters, right? It cleared faster. We're good, right? It cleared faster, right? We'll take the small boom, right? Small boom, small W. It cleared faster, so it is what it is, right? And then everything else is just kind of so it is right for Sparkle. Sunday. Okay. This looks very relatable. Similar to this looks like a healthy distribution, right? A lot of E0s, these amount of E1s, then it kind of slows all the way down to E6. So this looks like a very normal Eidolon. A lot of them on sick, and then Bronya is gonna substitute. DDD actually clearing a decent amount if they manage the skill points, but it's a very, very small sample size. Past and future kind of just chilling, and everything else just kind of... What the fuck is... Earthly Ascabari. 8 cycle clear. Just let it go, right? You'll never need this, so it is what it is. Okay, so that's gonna be a Sunday. Very, very normal. D Herta. Okay, I'm gonna compare D Herta with Aglaea, since they are like batchmates, right? So for Aglaea, we had quite a lot of E1s, I would say. Because a healthy amount of E1s, I would say, is around 70%, right? D Herta, almost everyone was at E0. Yeah, I would say the Herta is she's the more relatable unit. Alright, she's the more relatable unit. A lot of E0. And then it kind of just trickles down quite a substantial bump up from E2. But to be fair, this E2 is absolutely busted. And then everything just kind of falls off all the way towards the end. So, yep, relatable unit. 50% on 6 is also pretty good. But I think Aglaea's distribution was also kind of the same, right? Kind of the same. 60%, 59%, 56%. Battle Pass, Himeko, all that. Yep. Very relatable unit. Very relatable unit. I like to see... Okay, this battle pass cycle actually clearing like quite fast actually. A lot faster compared to now of Milky Way, but yep, that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Fugue. Okay, still how many you left? Fugue, Topaz. Wait, we're only left with last 3. Fugue, Topaz, Yunli. That's it. Well done. Fugue, Topaz, Yunli. Fugue. I'm guessing similar to a healthy balance. So a lot of E0s, quite a decent amount of E1s, maybe a decent amount of E2s, and it just falls off from there. Oh. I mean, it's alright. It's like almost 70%, and then quite a decent amount of E1s, decent amount of E2s, and then falls off from there. I think it's not that crazy. Good amount of E1s, a very good amount of E1s. Resolution actually being the most used compared to her own sick. Okay. The sick saved us by 1 cycle, followed by solitary healing into before tutorial mission begins, which also is pretty nice, and everything else nobody should be even thinking about. So yeah, I think this is pretty G, right? But quite a big chunk of E1. So quite a little bit of E2 users. So that's gonna be that. Second last unit, Topaz. Ooh. Wow. A 3 cycle difference compared to E0. And 31% E1 ownership. That is a lot of E1s. This saved us by 3, right? Almost 3 cycles. I'm guessing there should be a lot of Signature Lightcone users as well. Damn! 76% Signature Lightcone ownership. And if you did not use the Sig and if you cruising, it fell off at almost 2 cycles. Sword play is actually coming very close to the Sig, so that's pretty nice. And everything else is just not that used. Damn, a lot of Topaz Signature Lightcone pullers. I would say even more so than the East. So yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, Sword play does give you max depth, so that's pretty much it. But yep, that's pretty much it for Topaz. Sleep like they did. I'm dead. Last unit. Yunli. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me. Ooh. Okay. Very normal. Very relatable. Good amount of E0s. Good E1. And then kind of just drops off from there. 83% S1. Okay, but Herta Lightcone actually is not even that bad though. Lala and 4 of Aeon is like less than 0.2 cycle difference. Despite a much lower usage, it is not that far off. Oh my god, if you use Blades, like you just lost. You cannot clear with a Blade Lightcone. That's crazy. Some of them use Brighter Than the Sun at an 8 cycle. Quite nice. But yeah, mostly stuck at E0 as well. Okay, with that, we are done. There are HMC and RMC to see how many tourists there are. Speedrun. Okay. So 9% tourists for HMC, 7% tourists for RMC. So around 10% of the population they are tourists. Okay, very good. Thank you. Right. Okay, very good. I'm not sure what the point was supposed to represent, but okay, no. Okay, with that, come to the end of today's content. My voice is dying, so are you really relatable? Who is a real free-to-play DPS? That's pretty much it. Well, today is gonna be Gold Digger. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter, all of those guys. See you guys next time. Take care.